Alright everyone, welcome back to my Devil May Cry 5 S-Rank guide, and today I'm going to be helping you with mission 12. And we're going to be playing this mission in a very specific way. Not exactly combat-wise, well kind of combat-wise, because we're going to be skipping the majority of the encounters here. We're going to be performing skips to make this mission go by faster and also a lot easier, as we're going to be skipping some of the annoying encounters in this mission, such as the one with the 2 Furies. So the style ranking in this mission can be kind of iffy sometimes, but it's not as bad as mission 10. So what you want to do first is, this is an optional fight I'm doing, and I'm not going to finish it. All I'm doing is I'm taking out 2 out of the 3 Hellcanas to build up my style, so that I go into the actual fight with a boost of my style meter. So try to get your style up to triple S and then just run. Leave the last Hellcana alive and then run. So I'm just beating up the last Hellcana here a little bit just to build up my style meter a bit more, and then I'm running. I have a triple S, so now just run to the actual needed combat encounter. Leave the last Kana alive, don't even fight the Fury here, and then just wait till the enemies spawn here, and you are going to start this fight with an S rank or an A rank depending on how fast you got here. Which is good, because like I said, the style ranking in this mission is a bit iffy. But alright, you're going to be fighting here a bunch of Helen Tenoris and a Lusasha. So you're going to want to take out the Lusasha first. I get hit here, unfortunately. I build my style up a bit with Cavalier, but then I go into Sin Devil Trigger to get some extra style back. If you managed to get a triple S and did not get hit like I did, then you could have done a quad S instead with the Sin Devil Trigger, and you could have done some extra hits, but I didn't. But alright, I go into the Luz and then into Judgment. That's always going to build you up a good bit of style. But alright, look at that. We go from a B straight to a triple S. Look at that. And don't be afraid to use Sin Devil Trigger whenever you need to, because when you get to Urizen, you're gonna automatically start in Sin Devil Trigger. So use it all you want in these fights. So okay, now you're gonna want to pay attention, because we're gonna be taking a very specific route here with this mission. And this is totally not how you're supposed to play this mission, but we're gonna do it anyway to make the life easier for you. So okay, through the entrance you come in, there's gonna be a gargoyle on the left in which you want to jump on. And then you will see that there's another gargoyle, and we're gonna get to it. So you want to switch to Trickster, and then to Cavalier, and then do lock on back attack with Cavalier 4 times to gain some height, and then just use a Trickster dash to get up there. And then you break the blood clot. And I should probably mention, now we're only going to be doing 1 mandatory fight from now on. So then we do 1 fight and then it's on to the boss fight. We skip literally every other encounter. I go the wrong way here. You do not want to go forward. You actually want to go back to the gargoyle you came from, but do not jump down. So I correct myself and go back, and as you can see, there's another gargoyle, and we're going to get up to it again. So again, switch to Cavalier, do the same thing, and then Trick Dash, and you should be good. And then we're actually going to go another gargoyle up higher before we go into this one. So once again, Cavalier, do the same thing, and then Trick Dash once you're high enough. If you have Devil Trigger, you can do another Trickster Dash, just in case you don't have enough. And then go in here, follow where I go, and then you have to destroy the second blood clot right here. So smack it around. And then when it pops, you want to go back the way you came again. So go back, and then we're going to hop on that gargoyle we came from earlier. So here you want to jump and then Trickster Dash, just in case, do an air hike, and then you're back here. And then a couple of optional enemies will spawn, so just leave them alone. I start charging my sword formation because we're going into a mandatory fight here. So this fight here is gonna contain an enemy spawner, a couple of Pyrobats, and a Queen Empusa. And this is actually going to be the only mandatory fight we're going to be doing since the first one. So first of all, focus on taking out the enemy spawner so it doesn't spawn more Pyrobats. Try to vary up your moves, but Barlog punches do the job very well. And you don't have to get over 5,000 style points in this fight, as long as you make up for it during Urizen. But okay, then once you took out the spawner, I suggest you take out the Pyrobats first, because if you don't, then they're kind of going to be a nuisance when you're dealing with the Empusa Queen, so I would suggest taking them out first. They don't take much damage to kill, so Barlog punches in the air do a job well done. If you manage to get them on the ground, you can do really whatever you want to them, so try varying up your moves here. And then when you get to the Empusa Queen, then she's a very good opportunity to max out your style, because you can do a lot of things to her before she dies. But okie dokie, once you take out the Pyrobats, all that's left is the Empusa Queen, and the Empusa Queen, just do what you want to her. I start off by doing a sword formation and launching it at her. You can never go wrong with that, because it's some extra chip damage on top of the damage you're going to be doing to her. So the best way I like to fight them is in the air. A lot of the time I just use either Barlog's punches, sword slashes, Cavalier, you know. Do some variety of moves though. I go on the ground from time to time to hit him with some other moves. Just make sure you keep varying them up, because again, the Queen Empusas are very good to farm some extra style. But yeah, at the same time, attacking her in the air I feel like is the fastest way to kill her. So then when you think you're about to get hit, just switch to Trickster and Trickster Dash away. That will basically avoid every attack she can do at you. If she jumps up in the air, tries to hit you from the air, again, just Trickster Dash, you'll be good. Do avoid getting hit though. As you can see, I just took a lot of damage there from one hit. So yeah, just keep an eye on that. Do not get hit. throw some sword formations out from time to time. If you get her stunned, just switch to Barlog, do a bunch of jabs, and then do a real impact. So like this, right about here, I get her stunned, so I get down on the ground, do a couple of hits, and then I go into real impact, and that does a crap load of damage. So at this point, she's almost dead, so a couple of extra hits here with Barlog, switch to Cavalier, bada bing bada boom, and yeah, she's just about dead now. Go back to Barlog, and then a couple of jabs, and we are done here. Got a triple S rank. I just about passed 5,000 style points. Again, you don't need to, just as long as you make up for it in the Urizen fight, because this is the last fight we do in this mission before the boss. So alright, just break this last blood clot, go back to the center, jump through the hole. A couple of optional enemies respawn, so just leave them alone. And now it's on to Urizen. I sped up the run to Urizen to not waste any of your time, but alright, here we go. So this is the third time we're going to be fighting Urizen, and you're actually supposed to win this time. So you're automatically going to start off in Sin Devil Trigger, so you want to hit him with the loose to break the crystal, and then go into Judgment with your last bit of Sin Devil Trigger you have left. That's going to give you a nice start in damaging him. And then once you exit Sin Devil Trigger, you're going to want to switch to Dr. Faust. And no, we're not doing Faust cheese. This is a Faust cheeseless guide. And you're going to want to do the Man in Red move. And that move is going to cause a bunch of red orbs to fly around you, damaging Urizen on impact. So you're basically getting extra chip damage while you're hitting him. And that's very useful because Urizen has a pretty big health bar. And it also melts the crystal basically instantly, which is good. Though if you get hit, you will have to reactivate it again, I'm just saying. Alright, so when Urizen launches his tentacles at you, you want to single jump away from it because you're gonna get iframes then. It's gonna try to wrap around you sometimes, so you just want to run or jump the other way. And Trickster dashing on it works pretty good too. He also has an attack where he like launches you back. It doesn't do any damage to you, but it just like throws you away from him. He'll also smack his fist into the ground, followed by a couple of tentacle attacks. So you want to Trickster dash away from that when he does that. And any chance you get, try to land a distorted real impact on him. Your best bet is when he gets on his knees. But alright, the crystal is back now. So I pop the Man in the Red move and watch how insanely fast it melts the crystal. I get hit, so I have to reactivate it, but watch this. He'll also be doing lasers on the ground or from the sky, but you can just avoid them by Trickster dashing away. You'll be good. And look at that, the crystal is already dead. This move is really good for this fight. And then yeah, you get also extra chip damage from it, which is a nice bonus. But yeah, when he plants the laser on the ground, if you literally just Trickster dash far away enough, it won't be able to hit you at all. But alright, I get him on the ground here, so I pop a real impact. I tried to land the second one, but the crystal reactivates, so I have to kill the crystal again. But look at that, the crystal is already dead. And I should probably mention that it does consume red orbs, but you probably noticed that. It is well worth it though if you want to get the S rank on this mission. And if you want, feel free to build up your Sin Devil Trigger bar and then pop Sin Devil Trigger in this fight. You can do that if you want. I'm not going to, but if you want, you are able to do that. But yeah, he would still have a lot more health left if it wasn't for the Man in the Red move. Like, I'm telling you, this move does work in this fight. But yeah, other than that, just try your best not to get hit to avoid taking damage and, you know, possibly dying, and to also keep the Man in the Red active. If you get hit, just reactivate it again. It's really gonna help you here. But okay, we're almost done with this fight now. I hope you got through it. It's not a hard fight, he just has a pretty big health bar. Again, Man in the Red melts it pretty well. But yeah, take out that last bit of health and we are done. Bada bing bada boom. And this fight actually gives you a massive style increase. So even if you didn't get over 5,000 style in the fights we did before the boss, like before this boss fight I had 5,000 style. I earned over 800 style points in this. So yeah, Urizen should get you well over 5,000 style points. And alright, we are done with this mission. So yeah, there's the style points. Bada bing bada boom. 7,000 style points. That is the S rank. Hope this helped you. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, of course, leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Adios.